Hi, I'm Brett,
And I'm Corey.
And I'm Daniel.
and this is the podcast where we talk about everything horror and horror related.
From stories to books, movies to music and television.
And anything else around the culture of the horror genre. And without further ado,
Let's talk horror.
All right, guys. How we doing today?
What do we want to talk about today?
Well,
thinking we should talk about the history of clowns in horror
oh
and
yeah.
how they've been represented,
Yeah, there's been lots of scary clowns. And there's usually two camps. There's usually people that like clowns and people that are terrified of clowns. And I understand both. I mean, we've been told, our whole lives that, oh, clowns are for kids, the Ronald McDonald and, oh, he ties balloon animals and a pie in the face and seltzer water and it's fun, but I understand that. But I also understand the other camp. Who is this stranger with a painted on smile that's getting close to my children? I
lives next
understand
door.
that too.
I grew up in the 90s. Could be John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah, and John Wayne Gacy. I think that really creeped people out because, I mean, he literally was a killer clown. Literally
Yeah.
was a killer clown. It wasn't some unfounded fear. It's like this dude tortured, mutilated, molested young children and buried them in the crawl space, like 20-something of them.
Yeah, and he
And he
threw
was a
bunch-
clown.
He threw a bunch in the river too. I watched the thing on him on Netflix not too long ago.
That
He
dude was
a
crazy as a
fucking
loon.
crazy fucking character.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sure he was
Yeah.
inspiration for quite a few of the movies.
Quite a few. I mean, because that was the late 70s, early 80s when all of that was going on.
Yeah.
And it was, 85 when Killer Clowns from Outer Space came out?
Yeah,
That was a
so right
fucking-
around there.
That's
yeah.
a classic.
Classic movie. Love that
Super
movie.
Classic.
I will watch it anytime it's on. I own a copy of it. It's streaming everywhere right now.
You're sitting on it right now.
I'm sitting on it right now. There's also the new game that just dropped, the
Mhm.
Killer Clowns game that everybody's playing.
Yep.
I wish I was more technically savvied with the.
I haven't downloaded it yet.
I haven't either. I don't even have anything a platform that it is on, but it sounds like a game I would enjoy.
Yeah, that was a favorite movie. I introduced my daughter to it at a young age as well. She enjoyed it. We've watched it many times over the years.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's a classic.
I mean, and it's funny. It's funny, but it's also horror. It also falls into the horror genre, but it is funny and it's very aware of itself, but not in like a cheesy, hokey kind of way. I mean, it is, but an intended way. Like it's a fun movie.
Clowns they got an appearance in a lot of movies actually. Even Halloween had a clown.
Yeah,
Very beginning of
the
it.
very
Yeah,
beginning,
Michael-
the Michael Myers mask when he was a kid, like
Yeah.
the mask that caused him to go all crazy and kill everybody.
We got both of those here in this room with us.
Okay.
Clowns were never intended for children. In the 19th century, when it started out, they were intended for adults. And Barnum is who tried to rejuvenate the clown and like rebrand the clown and put it out towards children. So the clown was actually always meant for adults and to be vulgar and stuff like that.
And there's been many versions of clowns, the hobo clown and stuff, where it's just, the day old beard and just around the lips and stuff, kind of disheveled. Mimes. Mimes are a form of clowning and a terribly annoying form of clowning. but yeah, clowning and juggling and, pie throwing and getting trapped in boxes and pantomime and stuff. Like clowning is an art. I mean, they did have the clown school that Ringling Brothers ran for a long time. Steve-O went there. He was a graduate. Steve-O. Shout out to Steve-O, graduate of
Steve-O.
the clown school. But I mean, I understand clowning as like an art form, like for real clowns, but I also understand like the crazy killer clown thing and how that scares people too. The clowns at a haunted house is always my favorite. When I go in there and they had some crazy ass clowns or whatever.
Yeah, the rooms are always fucking amazing in the clown.
Yeah, and
I
always
will say
fun.
that.
Like
They're
you
always
go for
blacklit and always crazy designs.
a lot of bright
and-
colors, pastels and stuff.
Yeah. That gives it the vibes.
The big floppy shoes. I always
Yeah.
love the big floppy shoes. Like I think
Oh,
clowns
yeah.
are fun, but I get why clowns are scary. The It
It.
series,
Oh, my God.
Pennywise.
Yes.
I mean, I think it really got popular in like the early 80s, like the killer clown thing, the psycho clown thing. Remember a few years ago, everybody was doing the clown, like on YouTube. There was this thing where like people would just dress up as that
Dressing up
clown
everywhere.
and just show up somewhere, like in the middle of June or whatever, just like stand by the road holding balloons and stuff, just being really creepy.
Hey, that'd be good advertisement for a haunted house.
Yeah, it would.
Or for a movie. That's like that Smile movie. It
Yeah.
had people showing up to like ball games and
And
shit.
just
Oh
smiling
yeah,
at
just
the
sitting there
camera.
smiling. Yeah,
I enjoyed that movie, The Smile. Like, I
Yeah,
thought it was,
pretty good. It was different.
I want a copy of that last weekend.
Oh,
Did
hell
you?
Yeah,
Yeah, Smile's pretty
Yeah.
good. Um,
Day of the Dead bingo.
Bingo!
That
what
was so much
other
fun.
Yeah.
clown movies? I mean, we have it, the original miniseries that was on TV, and then of course the newer remakes that they've had out.
So, are you a Tim Curry or
Tim Curry.
Scars guy? Yeah,
Tim Curry, and like
yeah.
I grew
Curry
up with
is
him.
clown.
Like, there's something about Tim. I mean, Frankenfurter. Come on,
I know,
Tim Curry is the shit, man. I love Tim
With the
Curry.
graphics in the
Yeah,
new one
Tim
are
Curry.
fucking
I-
amazing. though.
and it stays a little better to the story than than the original
It
series
does.
did. But yeah, I mean,
Well, they also had to be very PG with the original
turtle.
yeah, Curry,
because it was a TV miniseries with the Tim Curry version.
yeah. So yeah, limited some, but yeah, Curry is just legendary. Between
Sarsgaard is good too, though.
yeah,
He's really
Oh, yeah.
good. I like his
He's-
Pennywise.
yeah, and
His
he's,
Pennywise was fucking awesome, dude.
yeah, he's kind of cashing in on the remakes right now. We've got he's doing the Crow
Yeah.
as well as he's got the Nosferatu coming as well.
He was good in Strangers. Did you see that? Was it Strangers?
The original one?
No, not Strangers. No, I'm trying to. What was the name of that movie? It came out last year, maybe the year before. Not Strangers. Barbarians.
Yeah, Barbarians.
Barbarians. Yeah. That was an interesting movie. That
That's
was
the
a
one with the
very
basement?
yeah, with the basement. There was
Yeah.
the hidden tunnel that goes in there,
That
and
was fucking awesome.
the mother.
Yeah, mother.
That movie was awesome,
Yeah, I enjoyed that movie.
and I like how they
The
switched it.
Airbnb or whatever.
I
Yeah.
like how they switched
Yeah.
it in the middle. You watch the first half, which is basically the setup for the movie, and then all of a sudden it switches to Justin Long, and he's driving the convertible,
Oh yeah,
and then like what is this? It's like a completely different movie, and then it dovetails together.
he was in a lot of good movies, man.
Yeah,
He was in a few horror movies too. You remember the other one he was in?
yeah, but we're gonna save that for an,
Creepers.
yeah, but we should save some.
We'll
of those
save
for-
that. We'll talk about that later. But that
Today we're
is a-
talking clown, so
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
Favorite clown though? Who's your most favorite clown? Honestly,
man, Art is really killing it.
Art is killing it.
Art
If
is
we're going
really
killing it
killing it.
wise, but I'm going personality. So we're going my boy Captain Spaulding, Sid Haig.
Yeah,
He is my favorite clown.
but if we're talking movies, I see. If we're talking like TV, I really like Twisty
Twisty. Yeah.
Really like
he was
Twisty.
really good on TV.
and fucking Sweet Tooth.
Yeah.
Sweet
Yeah.
Tooth.
Tooth.
Sweet
Yeah.
awesome.
Tooth, he's good.
Yeah.
He's
Looking
got
forward
that
to it.
personality, that upbeat kind of jovial personality, which is what I like about Art.
Yeah.
Is because he does all this psycho crazy killer stuff, and then he laughs and
So I'm
like
happy.
he makes his kills like a joke, like a Terrifier 2. But he's stuffing that chick's face, like literally she's stuffing her face.
Mhm.
And he's just laughing at the joke of like him stuffing
her
her
face.
face. And it's hilarious. I do like Art a lot.
Yeah.
Like
He's grown.
he's the guy.
He's blown up. I mean,
He's the guy now. Like as far as modern,
oh, he definitely.
like
He's
he's
the
dude.
modern clown. He's got the fan base.
What
Yeah.
other clown? Well, there's that movie Clown,
Clown is fucking. It has one of my favorite.
where the guy
Death scenes.
literally turns into a clown.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, dude, the death scene when they're up in the tunnels at the fun house and then there's like the little ball pit below. He kills the little kid up in the tunnel. They don't do that too often.
Yeah,
So
it's
I
killing
think they're
kids.
they're doing that in Terrifier 3. It's been done. Eli Roth did that in Clown.
Yeah.
Up in the tunnels.
Yeah. I like Eli. He's made some good.
Yeah,
Some
Eli
good
Roth
ones.
made some damn good ones.
I was glad they did make Thanksgiving last year finally.
I never watched it.
Yeah.
I never
I
watched
never watched it.
Thanksgiving.
It was entertaining. I love the fact it was the short and the what was the Rodriguez movies, Tarantino, Grindhouse.
Yeah, the Grindhouse.
Yeah, it was
Grindhouse.
one of the promo. They made Machete. They've made Thanksgiving. There was another one. They've all made those movies, and they were just them shooting around, shooting the shit. Like, hey, we should do this. Let's add a little promos toward it, and then everybody's ran with it. Like, oh yeah, I want to do this. And Roth was like, I want to make the most spectacular freaking death scene I can, the killing the girl on the trampoline and that they literally just got together. He got his buddy in and they just shot a bunch of scenes and threw it together. And here, 15 years later, make it.
Do you guys think there's room for a new clown?
I do. I absolutely do. But you have to do something different and add like,
It's all about backstory, I think.
and I'm
Like,
curious
even
about,
Twisty,
yeah.
he had a fucking backstory,
And that was the
pretty
best
damn
episode.
Good.
That was the best episode, but I hate that it was just the one episode. I wish they would have gone into more of Twisty.
They could have did it.
They could have done a whole season
Yeah.
on Twisty.
A whole
Oh, yeah.
season.
And I would have watched every single episode.
Yeah, he was one of the best characters I think on there. Beside on that season,
And they need to do that with
That's it.
Terrifier. They need to
Yeah.
do that with Terrifier. Give
a
arc,
backstory,
an origin film
Art.
of like, how did this, like,
Oh.
what kind of evil forces are rejuvenating him? Like, how did he go from a normal person to, or is he a demon that just looks like
Yeah.
they don't
As
really
long as
explain it.
fans are still seeing it, why wouldn't they write it?
I kind of
I
like the
would.
mystery though.
I
'Cause
like
when
the
they
mystery
told
too,
the
but
backstory of Michael, it kind of took it away for me.
And
I
we're getting,
kind of liked it though. I liked his. I
I
loved
did.
the first one. I loved Rob Zombie's first one.
yeah, the first
With
Rob
that
was great.
with
I
that
loved it.
backstory.
When they have a reason, they're not evil anymore. If they just do it,
He
they're
wasn't pure
evil. If they're
evil,
like,
but
oh, well, this is what happened to him. This is
no,
why.
if you listen on 78, he even says it just doesn't show it that he had the eyes of the devil, pretty much, and that he took them on from a young age. And he said the whole backstory, and they just gave you the backstory without giving you that he was actually a real little boy. It just showed you his evil fucking shit right from the jump.
Right, yeah, they just went into it. They didn't really explain why.
They didn't explain why.
Like,
That's
made him.
it was still
They
there.
personified him. He wasn't like
Oh,
the
they
boogeyman
definitely
anymore.
But he
Personified
was
him.
fucking crazy. They personified him as being crazy and abused, and
It was
that's why
good.
all the
It was
psycho-
good
that's
in its own
why-
right, but it did.
why a psychopath was made. All the right.
Yeah, it
things
was
were
good in
there.
its own right, but it took it away a little bit for me.
But
at the same
sometimes
time.
origin stories like ground that character and make people identify it more. Like Joaquin Phoenix, the Joker. Like he was a clown that was always picked on and beat up, and it almost, when I watched that movie, it reminded me of what's that what's the Charlie Bronson movie? Where he starts going all vigilante.
Gosh.
Death Wish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminded me of like Death Wish, where he just had reached a point where he wasn't gonna do it anymore.
Yeah.
Like to
he's
me,
done. I'm
that
over
movie
it.
was like an homage between Death Wish and also King of Comedy and Mr. Saturday Night and Taxi Driver. It's like
Yeah.
all those movies came together and kind of gave birth to like the Joker film. And I thought it was really, really good. And I like that they're
She
doing
found
just a
somebody.
one-off.
That's the original Joker.
What's his name?
It's
That's
The Man Who Laughs, 1928 movie, but that's
Yeah,
like
that's
the
where they
original
based-
clown
that's where they based the
on
Joker
TV
off of.
too, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything comes from
I mean, there's
somewhere.
probably
It all
something
goes
else,
back
but-
around.
But I mean, the Joker, I mean, he's a clown,
Yeah.
you know, and he's scary. And
Who was your
he's-
favorite Joker? Mine was fucking Heath Ledger.
Heath
Definitely.
Ledger's
I mean,
legendary.
come
like-
on
like,
now.
I mean,
I think Joaquin
Jack
did very,
Nicholson
very
did-
good.
Like,
Jack
Jack
Nicholson
is
was
Jack,
great.
but
he was classic.
Jack is Jack. but there's
Cesar
no
Romero
need.
from the series, like the
Yeah.
original, like on the.
Oh, yeah.
he was wonderful.
yeah, I
He
still
was wonderful. That laugh and just so animated.
You
Like
talking about the one with Adam West?
yes,
Yeah.
Oh shit.
yeah.
yes, it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
a great joke.
I watch reruns of that
And
shit.
He
I still love
definitely
Burgess
killed-
Meredith as the
As
the
the penguin.
penguin, man. I mean, just I mean, I cosplay.
DeVito as the penguin. I'll
Man,
never
DeVito was
Yeah.
was a good
I'll
penguin as
never
well.
unsee DeVito as a penguin.
Yeah.
'cause
It's
he
a
was
classic.
classic.
You know, on Gotham, I didn't mind the kid from Shameless.
Yeah,
I didn't mind him. They went a
Ian?
different way
I
with
don't
it.
know his
Yeah,
real name.
Ian. I don't remember his real name either, but Ian
He's a
from
great
Shameless.
actor, actually.
Yeah,
He's really great.
but they did this whole misdirection. They created a different origin story for Joker, and then immediately killed him.
Oh, they killed him off quick.
And then they had his twin brother,
Yeah.
take over that Joker role, and then they killed him.
Oh,
And then someone cut his face off and sewed the Joker face onto their face, and it continued. So, like, it made an explanation
Evolved.
why there could be different Jokers in different universes. I thought they did really good with it. It was a very unique kind of thing.
oh shit.
because there's all these different
I'm sure
origin
I've never
stories
watched that.
with.
I've seen clips of them.
No,
That's a
it
pretty
was
good show. Yeah.
So the most controversial topic about the Jokers. You know what I'm about to
Yeah, I
say.
can't pronounce that last name. Give it to Daniel.
The
I sound like Mike
haven't been
Boosie
touching
pronouncing
it.
names on here.
what is the most? What's the most hated Joker?
Most hated Joker?
Jared Leto.
Leto.
Everybody hated that.
Yeah. And, you always hear him talking about, well, you haven't seen the director's cut. He was much better in that. Well, we probably never will see that cut. So,
And I think Jared Leto was shortchanged because, from my understanding, he shot like the full 3 months that they were filming,
yeah.
and he ended up making it in 7 minutes of that movie. So, like, he developed this entire character backstory and everything else, and we only saw little snippets that they kept in. So I don't think we had a chance to give him a fair shot of it, because I did kind of like the updated, like, kind of gangster kind of vibe that he was putting off. Was it classic Joker? No. But was it something that he was trying to, reinvent? Yeah. I didn't hate it. I didn't
No.
hate it. I think people hate on it just because it became a thing to hate on. I hated that movie.
Yeah. There was
That
lots
movie
of, there was
fucking
lots of problems
sucked.
with that movie.
That movie fucking sucked. And I thought he was arguably one of the more interesting parts in it. And you gave him 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, let's have a little bit
Yeah. I
more
would
of
like
the
to see
Joker
the
part of it.
extra, 40 minutes of footage they had.
Yeah, because it could have been great.
Yeah.
But we don't know.
Well, yeah. Well, he doesn't have the Snyder verse going for him, so I don't think
No.
we'll ever see that cut.
No, he does
much
not.
as much as they want it and say that it's there, I don't know that we'll ever see it. But talking about origins, going back to it, we're getting an origin for Pennywise coming next year as well.
Nice.
Welcome to Derry.
Yeah, Welcome to Derry is
That's
coming
right.
next year. It'll be on HBO, so they'll have the ability to be more graphic than if it was on a network.
Wait a minute. It's saying, I'm looking it up right now. It's saying October.
Of this year?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Pushed it up. Yeah, it was. I know they were saying early 25, but yeah, maybe we are getting considered. It would be nice. But yeah.
Wait a minute. Yeah, it was originally set.
Okay.
Pennywise
It's
needs
being
an
pushed
origin
to
story, I think.
2025.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an exception.
next Halloween.
Terrifier is just like, I don't know. I like him mysterious, but
He's
Pennywise, I would like to know more about him.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be fun just to see the backstory of the demon, where, that's all the stories. They're like, sometimes you hear he's just a demon, sometimes you hear he's an alien, that
It's
landed
a
here.
turtle.
Yeah, all kinds of, just the lights, the clown's just a personification of the evil, and that's he knows it scares kids, and which apparently Stephen King did it because he didn't like clowns either. And that was the whole thing. It was like they scared him as a kid, so he was going to scare other kids.
Essentially, it's a stranger.
The book was fucking wild.
It's
Yeah.
a stranger
It's fucking wild.
that's painted up to look friendly.
Yeah.
I mean, just right on its surface, like, clowns are kind of creepy just because of that. And the fact that they're geared towards kids nowadays. And it's like, well, here's a stranger that I know nothing about that I'm supposed to think is friendly and happy, like wanting to hang out with
in
my
a
kid.
costume, wants to hang with my kid. Yeah.
Well, how big was his feet? Oh, they were huge. You can't even, there's not even identifiers there.
He had
You
a red
know,
nose.
What color hair?
Yeah.
Well, it was like bright green, and went in a circle around his head. And
Yeah.
so, like, someone could take a kid and change out of their clown outfit, and you wouldn't even be able to ID them. Like, clowns are scary
You guys
in the
like
real
Bozo?
world.
Speaking of
I
clowns,
loved
he's not
Bozo.
horror related,
Yeah.
but he is definitely a clown.
Who?
Well,
And
that's
he is
where
kind of horror related right
David
now.
Arquette.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
Sorry.
David Arquette bought Bozo the Clown.
Oh,
Yeah.
So he owns the rights to it, and I don't know if
He's not
himself
going
is doing it.
creepy. He's going cool, like cool clown.
Okay.
I remember
He wants him
watching
to be
Bozo
chill.
growing up.
The
Yeah.
Bozo game.
The
Oh, yeah.
Bozo show in the morning.
Yeah,
I'm
Public
eating my
Service.
cereal.
WGN.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one of the names that Pennywise is called is Bob Gray,
Mhm.
and it's named after Bozo. His name was Bob.
No shit.
Oh
His real
shit!
name. Yeah.
That's
Speaking of
cool.
Bobs that are clowns, Sideshow Bob.
Sideshow
Yes.
Bob.
Sideshow Bob was
Well-
fantastic on The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Dude, The Simpsons every year. This is definitely we're looking at Simpsons Halloween cups right now. Yeah, Treehouse of Horror.
Yeah.
They
Always.
always
They
went
were
the fuck
always
out.
really, really good, really out there, and they really would do stuff they couldn't normally do.
Oh yeah, they always have. Simpsons is always called.
And I always like the the Sideshow Bob and the Sideshow Mel and all that back and forth.
Yeah.
It was a play off of Frasier because the
Yeah.
two guys that did the voices were
Yeah.
the two mains from what was the guys that played Frasier's brother?
Niles? Was it
Yeah,
Niles?
no.
well, it was Niles, but what was the actors? David something.
I can't remember his real name.
But him and Kelsey Grammer, basically were doing the same thing, but
Mhm.
for clowns on The Simpsons, and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
That was great.
And if you watch both shows, you could appreciate that. And if you haven't, go back and think about that when you see those. But the clowns are everywhere. I mean, Ronald McDonald.
Yeah.
They're
Who-
not pushing him as much, it doesn't seem like anymore.
Mm-mm.
No, but I am glad they're bringing back the rest of the gang. I'm glad that
Yeah.
Fry
Yeah, for a
guy's
long
coming
time they
back. A
disappeared.
Hamburglar,
Grimace,
Grimace. I liked all those.
Shit, they finally brought back the Halloween buckets. You guys
Yeah.
remember those?
Oh, yeah.
My
Yeah, the
kids
Halloween
fucking were so excited.
Now if it could bring back the fucking lids.
Yeah,
Lids,
for real. But
yeah.
we're just missing. It's
Sorry.
just that little cardboard thing that
Yeah,
sits in
but
the
Yeah,
McDonald's,
house.
as
need
much
a
as you're
lid.
fucking charging for a Happy Meal nowadays, we need a damn lid for them Happy Meal buckets this year.
Start a petition.
We need the lids.
What other clown movies are there? Like Killer Clown, Scary Clown, like. I mean, I know there's a lot out there. A lot of them are kind of low budget. Have any of you seen the Killjoy movies? They made 3 or 4 of them.
Haunt. That Haunt movie, there's a
the
bunch
Haunt
of
movie, there's a
clowns.
bunch of clowns in it. That's a pretty good movie.
It was definitely interesting.
Yeah.
What's the other? Whorehouse LLC? I think that's one.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's lower. I think
Yeah.
it's a lower one.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's been some bad
there's
ones
a
out there I've watched
shitload.
just turn off.
The
It's so
Utah cabin murders. Have you seen that? Or like
No.
they're wearing clown masks, and it's based on like a true story. It's a terrible movie. It's very low budget, but
Mhm.
yeah, they stalk these people that are in like a vacation cabin in like Utah or whatever, and like the guys are wearing like these clown masks or whatever. I actually have one of the clown masks that they wear in that I owned before they made that movie. So whoever made that movie had that same mask. I was like, that's a cool mask. I'm going to use that.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only reason why I watched it. It's like, that's that same mask I got. So I watched it, but regretfully so.
Clowns have always been creepy. I mean, even in Poltergeist, think about it.
Oh, yeah.
Creepy little clowns.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What about Zebo?
Zebo. Oh, yeah. 90s kids. Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Zebo.
Oh, yeah.
You
Are
guys
You Afraid of the
remember
Dark?
Zebo the Clown? He was pretty freaky. Him and his cigar smoking ways.
That was a good episode.
Yeah, that was a good episode. That was a good series.
I loved it.
The kids.
We could do a whole episode on just that
Yeah, I
series.
could do
Yeah.
a bunch of those.
Erie, Indiana was another.
Erie,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a good one.
Alex Mack.
You know who was in Erie, Indiana? The main guy, Is
Hello.
Kristen's boo, the guy
Yeah.
from Hocus Pocus, Max Dennison. I don't
Yeah.
know his real name.
Yeah, it was a good
Yeah.
show.
It was a
Yeah.
good show.
Yeah, too short lived.
Yeah. It only had what, one season? or something?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yep, I have it on Blu-ray, I think.
No shit. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah.
That was a good one. What was another really good one? Shit. I can't think of really many more clown movies. Can you?
No,
No.
I
No.
can't. And it's crazy because like as much as, the psycho killer clown or whatever thing is in there hasn't been a whole lot of movies.
Mhm.
It's just part of like the common like
Yeah.
conversation that people, I mean, ICP,
ICPE.
insane clown posse. It's right there in the name.
I went to one of their haunted houses before.
I bet you that was crazy.
I didn't actually go in.
You
We
didn't
just
go in?
dro- No, we just drove by.
We just
Got-
drove
Got
by.
on, got on the footage.
Oh,
Probably out
shit.
there.
It was probably fucking awesome. It was probably awesome.
It was really busy, and they were outside. That's why we
Anytime a
drove
celebrity
by.
puts on a haunted house, it's probably
Did
going to
what
be
we
a pretty
did.
good thing. They're putting their name on it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even remember the name of the haunted house. I just remember that's all I remember about it. And I remember Rob Zombie did Waverly Hills as well.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
hmm
Waverly Hills is I've had a lot of experiences at that place.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Shit, we can dabble in
31.
31.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We talk about zombie all the time. Why did we not name that one? But
I actually strolled by it, and then I was like, fuck SIBO, and went on.
Yeah, we just watched
That's a
that
good
one
one.
earlier. There was quite a few clowns in that.
Yeah. Did that one. Yeah, I did watch
one was
Hollow's
good.
Eve the other day
But
too.
again,
Yeah.
Fucking Captain Spaulding. Did we talk about him at
Yeah.
all? We did. Oh.
yeah, Sid is the best. Was the best.
It's his birthday today, by the way.
It's Sid Haig's birthday.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Sam.
R.I.P. Sid. We're all fans. I actually have a tattoo of you.
Yeah.
Sad shit. He was in a lot of movies.
It was.
A lot.
He did a dirty
lot.
clown so good.
A lot.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I watched House of a Thousand Corpses again the other day too. It's
a
been
great
a while.
movie.
It's a classic.
It is a fucking classic.
His fucking horror ride. That's what my dream always
Famous
was.
murder ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, murder ride. That's what
The
it is.
famous murder ride.
I've always wanted to do a murder ride in the back garage.
Do you guys
Yeah.
have the DVD of that?
Yeah.
He had like a commentary on there. If you took like forever, he would sit there and just talk shit. I remember what he say? Ha ha! Shit the bed.
Yeah, it would.
Oh, dude, it was fucking hilarious. And you just let the fucking thing stroll, and you just sit there and talk shit to you the whole time till you hit the button and let it play.
Yeah.
That was genius on their marketing end on that one, because I'll always remember that DVD.
Yeah, that movie in general, I think it's going to be like one of the great classics of that era.
Oh yeah, it had shit. What's the guy? Dwight from The Office. What's his real name?
Rainn Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys ever listen to his podcast?
No, I haven't.
They're like spooky stories. Shout
Oh,
out
yeah.
Radio Rental.
Yeah,
They're
we
actually
need
pretty
to
good.
definitely
They're
listen to
like
that.
short ghost stories.
Oh, nice.
Shit, I thought about turning a couple of them into them. I used to write them when I was a kid, like all the time. And
Ghost
here-
stories?
Yeah, short ghost stories. Here we are now.
That's how I got my start. Was
Corey.
writing little short stories.
Yeah, Daniel's actually reading something Corey put out.
I read it last night.
You read
Oh,
it?
did you?
Yeah.
Did you read all of it?
Yep.
You read it?
What's-
Oh,
what's
I
your
read it last
thoughts?
night.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
Oh, it was horrible. Worst piece of shit
Horrible.
I've ever
Oh.
read. I'm joking. No, it was pretty good. Now we
Uh,
just got to get somebody committed to make it for us.
Yeah, so if there's any producers out there who want to throw some money at it, got a dope-ass zombie film I wrote about 13 years ago. But
It's
then
fucking-
the zombie craze hit. Like, I wrote this, and then zombies became extremely popular. Oh, yeah, this is it. And it's like oversaturated. So just been sitting there, copyrighted and everything. So steal away. I'll sue you and then make it for
we need crowdfund, guys.
Yeah, we
get some
could definitely
crowdfunding
do
going.
do an Indigo campaign for it.
Yeah, and it's purposely written to be made with no budget. Purposely written. There's just a couple scenes that would like cost some
There's
coin.
yeah, there's some
There's a couple scenes that'd be like-
scenes that were
It depends on if we can do CGI, like do it in post.
yeah.
Dude,
Save a lot of money.
one of the characters I have a very, very, very famous person in mind for. I wish we could get him if that would ever happen. Cletus.
Yeah, who you think?
Cletus is a bigger fella in my mind. In my mind, Cletus is
Yeah.
a bigger fella, and he is fucking none other than Mr. Jason DeFord Jelly Roll. If we could get Jelly Roll on there, oh my god, man, he would make Cletus, and he actually is a horror fan too. I hear.
See, in my mind when I was writing it, Bubba was the bigger of the two.
Yeah, I thought
Bubba was the bigger.
Bubba was the bigger.
Bubba,
I thought
Bubba
Cletus
was the
for
big
some
old
reason.
hoss, and
Okay.
the other one, Cletus was more of the carny looking with the sharp
Okay.
features, the kind of skinny redneck kind of.
Well, either way, if one of them brothers, I was thinking Jelly Roll. That in a
I was kind of thinking
world.
Cletus like Sean Whalen, maybe. Roach from
Yeah,
People Under the Stairs.
Roach.
yeah.
Yeah.
Roach is fucking amazing.
Yeah, he's a nice guy too. I talked to him at Day of the Dead about 6-7 years ago. He's a really funny guy.
The when I was writing the main character, the dad, like none of the main characters have names.
Jelly Roll and
but-
Little White for his brother. Oh, dude, that would be fucking epic. Wouldn't it fit?
The guy who played who was the main character in the remake of Dawn of the Dead in the mall, like the main character guy, like I kept seeing him in my head, like playing dad. I can't remember that actor's name.
Yeah, escapes me at the time. But yeah,
But we're talking clowns. That's
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
zombie.
That's
That's
zombies.
zombie
Hey, we
movies.
could throw a zombie clown in there somewhere
yes.
I
very
Well-
easily.
Yeah, you know, zombies go
Zombies
to the
work with
circus too.
everything.
Yeah.
Zombies work with everything because anyone can become one.
I'm
You can
pretty
be
sure they
zombie
did have
doctors,
a
zombie
zombie clown
clowns.
in what's his name? I can't think of the name. The one with Woody Harrelson.
That was Zombie Land.
Zombieland.
Zombieland. I think
I'm sure.
they had a
I'm sure they
zombie
probably
clown.
did.
They did, because old boy was scared of clowns, remember, and he chased them. That one was pretty awesome. They can be in anything, I mean,
Yeah,
realistically, especially.
Yeah, like if you ever have a problem thinking of some sort of Halloween outfit, think of anything plus zombie. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got some
I-
scrubs. Zombie
I
nurse.
always wanted to do
Right.
the away team from like a Star Trek episode and
Yeah.
do up the outfit and make them zombies.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, like they go on that mission because you got to put them in the red suit because if they're in the red shirt, they're going to die.
Yep.
Every episode. All right, the away team's going away. Here's all the main casts and
Plus-
3 guys in red.
plus,
The 3 guys in red will not be coming back.
Yeah. Yeoman
Those
Johnson,
motherfuckers-
he ain't gonna make it.
No.
Let's see, we got Bones and Spock and Kirk and
Occasionally Scotty or somebody.
Scotty,
Yeah,
and then just this random guy in a red shirt. I've never seen him before. Oh, come with us, Steve. And it's like, I wonder who's gonna get it.
away team member number 3. That was my credit on the line.
Clowns. I'm trying to think of more clown.
Halloween was actually the whole movie before they did the Shatner mask. It was gonna be a clown mask. It's like a latex clown mask, not like the one they use for the kid scene.
Mhm.
But it was gonna be. There's another picture of it. I'll have to find it and we'll post it in the comments or something.
Yeah, because wasn't the Shatner thing? Wasn't that just like somebody had one in their car and they went and grabbed it?
They
to
ran
see
to,
what
like,
it
the
looked like?
They
CVS
went
store
to
and
the
bought-
CVS store, bought some spray paint for the mask and for the hair, and then they cut the eye holes bigger and took the eyebrows off.
Ah,
It's all about the eye hole slits. So people like Trick or Treat Studios, they actually make the Shatner masks, so people are customizing them the
Yeah.
same way they did back then, and they're coming out fucking killer. There's a lot of companies out there that are rehauling masks now.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get one of you guys to sponsor us one day.
That'd be
We
nice.
all like masks.
Yes, we do.
There's a ton.
I did buy that Albert Einstein the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
One of my flea market finds.
Heck yeah.
I just
What-
read a book about him. Are you talking about the real Albert Einstein?
oh, he found a mask.
The Matt.
An
Yeah.
Albert
Of
Einstein.
him, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not the imaginary one, the real one.
Well, I was like, is there a character called Albert
No,
Einstein I'm
no.
not thinking of? That's
Nope.
funny.
No, it was just there and I thought it was funny. So, and it kind of had a creepy look to it too. So I'm like, all right, we'll do something with this.
A
You got-
fun fact: the other Albert Einstein, more commonly known as Albert Brooks, the actor Albert Brooks, his real name is Einstein, so his name is Albert Einstein, and his brother was Super Dave Osborne. Super Dave was Dave Einstein.
Yeah.
So it was a fun fact, a little
Oh.
trivia.
The book I read was called The Other Einstein. It was about his wife.
They weren't talking about Super Dave. That would have been
Damn.
awesome. R.I.P. Super Dave.
They were talking about his wife's contributions to his work, her mathematical contributions to the theory of general relativity. He didn't credit her.
You guys ever clown related? Anyone ever been to a freak show? Like back in the day when they used to travel around and do one? You guys ever been to one?
I've never been to an
There's-
actual one. I've done those. I've been to the like little rehash sideshows that they tried to bring them back out, and it's usually like just people hammering nails on their face or someone with a
Yeah.
bunch of tattoos or
Well, hey, that's something.
suspension stuff.
I mean,
It's something, but-
Avatar was touring with one like Hell's Above traveling freak show or something, and but they'd come out before the show and do things like that. Yeah, nails
no
through your-
bearded lady or tall man or
But I
Warped
wish they
Tour
would
used
bring
to
that
have
back.
that shit.
Yeah, I remember Warped
I-
Tour doing it as well. Yeah,
It was
I wish they
awesome.
would bring that
Zuni
back because I mean I
wrestlers.
know that it went away because it got branded as exploitative or whatever, but like
if
a
they're
lot of
making
these
money off of it, that
yeah these people, that was the only way they could make a living, like the pinhead people,
bearded lady.
bearded lady, the tattooed man or whatever. They couldn't get regular
Lizard Man,
jobs.
Yeah,
My dad told me one time when he was a kid in like the 50s, like when that was still a thing, the for real sideshow,
Mhm.
like traveling carnivals. he saw a hermaphrodite, like not like half in a dress and half in a, but like a for real, like you paid like money, and
It,
it lifted up its
oh
skirt
shit.
and it had 2 pairs of genitalia like side by side.
Oh shit.
Like that's some crazy stuff that people, they would go out and go on tour, and it's like they just show their junk and make money.
I
And
remember going on one when I was a kid with my grandparents in Kentucky, and it was like in a fucking Walmart parking lot. And they had like a tank, and it was like a giant dead squid or something in there.
Yeah.
But they called that a
Yeah.
freak show, I guess.
yeah, I've seen
was
ones
it-
like that where it's just stuff in glass jars or whatever.
Was it in Kentucky? Is that where the Ripley was? Ripley,
Yeah, there was a Ripley
Kentucky
that,
or Tennessee? One of those. I can't remember where.
All the Ripleys were
All the
awesome.
Yeah.
well, we went to the one in Myrtle Beach, didn't we?
Yeah, and I went to Tennessee. I went to Ripley's at Tennessee as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
I
I've
nerded
been to
out
one
on
in
that
Tennessee,
shit.
and I think I went to the one in California too. There in Hollywood, there's one.
They had the little shrunken head.
Mm.
Yeah, I always like that kind of stuff. They should bring that stuff back.
I think that
Yeah.
they still have Ripley's. Pretty sure.
Oh,
They have the
Ripley's.
upside down house now.
I mean, it's not really clown related, but I mean, it goes with the whole carnival theme and stuff. But like 1934, Todd Browning's Freaks.
Yeah.
Love that movie. Have you seen it?
Hell no.
You haven't seen it?
1934. No.
Oh, it's so great. He was coming
Haven't
right
seen
off of
anything.
Dracula. Like Todd Browning is
Big
the one that
Pete
did Dracula
or Mark
with
Ruffalo,
Bela
my bad.
Lugosi. And Dracula was a huge hit. So he kind of had a little bit of carte blanche to do whatever he wanted to do. And he put this movie out called Freaks that was totally low budget and independent. And it is a horror movie, like of the truest sense. It is a horror movie. And yeah, these normal people that keep looking down on the freaks or whatever, they kind of go a little too far, and the freaks exact their revenge. It's got some silly parts. There's a guy with no arms, no legs. He looks like a little worm or whatever. And there's a scene in it where this dude rolls himself a cigarette. With his mouth, he like pulls out the paper and he pulls out the tobacco pouch and he puts it in there and he rolls it and lights it, all using his lips. It's crazy. And there's a scene later on when they're coming to kill the baddie in it, and he's underneath this wagon and he's like waddling along and he's got a knife in his mouth. Like, what is he gonna do with a knife in his mouth? He literally is like a small torso with a head, and he's got a knife in his mouth and he's wiggling along on the ground. Like, how is he gonna stab anybody? I always thought that was kind of comical, but the movie itself is very creepy. The gooble gobble, one of us, because they accept this one normal lady into their little band of freaks, and she doesn't like it. She doesn't like being accepted by them because she doesn't want to think of herself as a freak, and she ends up insulting them. And yeah, it gets pretty bad. I don't want to spoil a 90-year-old movie for anybody,
Yeah.
but
You know, it just
check
came
out
out.
Freaks.
It's a new
Check out
release.
Freaks sometime.
Is it black
I
and
did
white?
have-
It is black and
Yeah.
white.
Can't
We
do
had
it.
the poster and we sold it.
Oh.
I think Caleb bought it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a classic. It's a if you're into horror, you gotta watch Freaks, because that one is out there. That was the first like non-mainstream horror movie, because like all the Frankenstein and Dracula, Wolfman, like all that stuff was coming out, and horror had gone mainstream at that point. And he put out this little independent movie on the side that was really disturbing, even by today's standards. If you watch it, it gives you the creeps. It makes you have that kind of oogie feeling, which is awesome. That's what makes horror, at least for me.
That is true.
I think there was a clown in it. I think there was a clown in that movie.
Yeah, I was trying to remember back to like Something Wicked This Way Comes, because you know it was at a carnival. I was like, God, was there a clown in that too? Can't remember, but I remember it was a great movie back in the day when I was younger.
Yeah, I think American Horror Story has TV nails on the clown end though. With Twisty.
Yeah.
Twisty was awesome, but it should have been more than that one episode. Twisty was awesome.
Oh, he was in a lot more than one episode.
He
His
was,
backstory was
but that backstory was just one episode, and it's like, man, I wanted a whole season of that, because then they were done with him. Like after that one episode, it was like no more Twisty, and it's like I kind of like lost interest.
What's your guys' favorite season?
That
Coven.
one,
That one?
that one. Yeah.
Coven, maybe.
Coven, I think too.
I love
Coven.
being down there. I've gone to like the houses that were in the movie and seen Madame Lulu's crypt and and things too. So
There's so much history in that.
Yeah. which I just love New Orleans anyway. but
It was a good one. They did a spinoff of it too,
yeah,
which wasn't as great, but
no, no, they brought the witches back a couple times in another
I
seasons.
think they could bring them back on their own and do another one.
Oh
Honestly,
yeah, totally could.
they could make a lot of money with it. Did you guys watch the horror stories at all?
No.
Yeah,
I haven't. I watched like one or two of them, and I was like, eh. They're just trying. They're reaching too far.
yeah, yeah. The last couple seasons, I just haven't cared for anyway.
Yeah, they're falling off. My favorite ones, besides that, was probably Murder House was fucking awesome too.
Yeah, Murder House was good. Asylum was good.
Oh, Asylum was good. There's a lot of stars in those now.
Yeah,
That shit has made a lot of people. What's the main guy's name? Evan Peters, I think.
Peters. Yeah.
He's been in a lot of stuff since that.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he blew up.
Was he in X-Men?
Yeah.
He's pretty good in that one too. Yeah. Here we go talking about comic book stuff.
Yeah.
We're
Well, we're nerds.
all little nerds.
Nerds.
You know,
Nerds.
I totally forgot about this. Clown in Spawn. John
Oh yeah,
Leguizamo.
yeah, John. Yeah,
Well, I knew that there was one that was an evil clown.
He
that
made that fuck.
Yeah,
it was hilarious.
Let's be honest.
that movie didn't live up to expectations. To be
No,
honest.
and it's supposedly being remade next year, so we'll see if they.
But he was awesome as the Violator because you had no idea that he was just this pudgy, annoying, short little thing that with funny jokes. I did crack up a lot on him, but like at the end when he transformed into Violator, I have those figurines, the Violator ones. They're so awesome. But yeah, that was another one that I don't know. There hasn't been a lot of clown focus now that I really think about it. I mean,
Not a ton.
there's
That's
been a
probably why
handful
art
of
took off
movies.
so well,
Yeah,
because there was room there.
there is room there.
Still is. Maybe we'll have to develop one.
Like I said, yeah, Pennywise set the bar up there. It's like nobody touched it for a long time.
Because he said it's so fucking high.
Yeah,
And no one wanted to think, oh, well, they're just ripping off,
Yeah.
It.
That is true.
in a way, kind of art. Not knowing his backstory either, just that he's supernatural. Kind of, same way Pennywise. He's not a human out there dressed as a clown. It's an entity.
I think
Yeah.
make it someone needs to make it where a human gets crazy and just dresses up like a clown.
Yeah.
Yeah, travels with the circus.
Travels with the circus or something.
Yeah, like have
There
a
we go,
for real
Hollywood,
clown.
giving you ideas already.
Have a for real clown and like have a backstory, something that made and again, to go back to the Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, like it worked. He like literally was a clown. It wasn't he goes crazy and I'm gonna start dressing like a clown. He
No,
was a
he
clown.
was a clown.
And he
just
had something
snapped.
traumatic and he just he snapped. He wasn't gonna put up with anybody's shit anymore.
Yeah.
There's your next script.
Well, if I had $1 for every script I had an idea for,
Oh,
I wouldn't need to work.
we wouldn't have to work for funding.
I got one half of one row.
I do like
I'm
the
not going to
clown.
talk about it on here, though, because then it'd give too much.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Let's talk horror. Yeah, buddy. Showing me unrelated stuff. You guys about
Sorry.
wrapped on this one, we think?
Yeah,
I think
I was
clowns
thinking there was
is,
going to be more clown movies.
There's not.
But there's not.
Yeah,
There really
yeah,
isn't. I mean,
really.
there's references all over our culture, but like as far as focused, I mean, we've covered pretty much all of them. I'm sure
Wow.
there's something that we're forgetting.
Let's just go around the table one more time and everybody just say their favorite one. I mean, there's only a few, so it shouldn't be hard.
Yeah, it's
Corey?
not hard.
Currently, I gotta say art. Just currently, just because I've been rewatching the Terrifier movies over the last couple of days,
Yeah,
and the art of clowning, the whole miming, the laughter, how he makes his kills, the jokes.
His fucking mannerisms, dude.
It's
And he
hilarious.
is scary.
Yeah, and he's scary, but very much a clown more than a killer dressed up like a clown. Like he is a clown that kills people.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Like-
more like a mime, really.
But that's in the clown like umbrella. Miming is a form of clowning. What about you, Daniel?
I do love art, but like I said, I still think I gotta throw it to Pennywise. It just, I mean, he's the classic. Like I said, I read the book growing up, loved it.
Which Pennywise?
I know
That's what we're gonna go with this
that's
question.
the
We're gonna go
hard
with the
part
harder
deciding.
question. We get the Pennywise, but which one was your favorite? Still yet.
Oh, God, I love Curry. I mean, Tim Curry is, like I said, his work is phenomenal and everything. Whether it's the Devil and Legend or freaking
Favorite role of his.
oh my God,
Favorite role of his. Darkness. The Darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was so badass.
so good in that. And I mean, God, I've seen the movie Clue a million times.
Yes.
Yeah.
1+1+1. Yeah, 1+1+2 =
With each alternate ending.
yes,
Just like the
Oh,
game,
yeah.
which was brilliant marketing. Like in
Oh, yeah.
each region, they had a different ending, just like in the game when you're actually playing Clue. It's a different person in a different room
Yeah.
with a different instrument.
What if? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. God, he's just so good. And
Frankenfurter.
Frankenfurter.
Man.
Yeah,
Come on.
the sweet transvestite.
That's
Frankenfurter.
my
Transsexual.
favorite
What,
role.
like-
favorite ever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I've seen that a million times too. But
Kristen?
I mean, we talked about Bozo, so fucking Bozo. I don't care. He's not scary.
But
He
isn't
might
he-
be to some people.
But
shit.
isn't he though?
He's
he
my
may be.
favorite. He is my favorite. I had the stuffed animal when I was a kid. I didn't get into the scary stuff. I like Bozo. I still like him. David Arquette's down with him. I'm down with him too.
David Arquette is the shit.
He's fucking awesome. He's sweet.
He seems like a good guy.
He's Bozo. He's Bozo
He's
now.
Dewey to me. He will always be
always be Dewey.
Yeah. Well,
always be Dewey.
who's your favorite?
Currently, I'd probably agree with Corey. Art.
Yeah.
Art is fucking killing it.
Yeah.
Literally killing everything.
Everything.
Oh, he's fucking
Cutting
creepy.
it
If
in
I see him
half.
out, I would be running from him before I went Pennywise.
I think
Pennywise
I
is
would've
more
shot- if-
unbelievable.
yeah,
Art
I would
is
shoot
believable.
his ass if I seen him out in
Yeah.
public. Looking at me like that and shit. No, bro, you better get the fuck away. You better stay 6 feet. Yeah. Art is pretty terrifying.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one of those.
Yeah.
I think it's Christmas that's coming out because it's going to be
Yeah.
a Christmas theme.
Christmas
Yeah, they
theme.
have the
Christmas theme.
mask online, the Christmas mask. It's sold out right now. It looks pretty cool.
Or how about the little girl in the second one?
Yes. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's creepy as hell. I
That
love it.
opening sequence when he's sitting there playing patty cake and,
Yeah.
and the guy in the laundromat wakes up and there's nobody there.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh,
It's supposed to
Art's
be like
just
his daughter.
really fucking crazy.
Like, did he have a daughter or something?
See,
Like,
we
it's
don't
like,
know.
no,
We don't know
that's
where
the whole
she
Because
thing.
the characters in the movie that he was about to kill, they could see her. So is
Yeah.
it just part of his imagination, and how did that bridge cross to where some people could see him, some people couldn't?
No.
So, do we think that the new franchise that they came out with is going to be as gruesome as Art? I'm pretty sure, like,
I'm pretty sure.
they said
I
it
don't think
was, right?
it isn't the same director.
No,
It's the same production
It's the
company.
guys that work for the
Producers.
production company and the FX company, and I think they're gonna fucking knock it out of the park.
I think it's going to be
Straight.
good. And I
Yeah,
don't
it
know
looks
much
amazing.
about it. And
We
I
mentioned that on
purposely
the
am
last
not
one, too. We'll
looking
mention it
into it
again.
because I want to be surprised. I ruined Blair Witch for myself because when I first saw it, I was like, what is this? And I started just digging deep on it. And I found out very quickly that it's just a marketing gimmick and it's all bullshit.
It was
So,
fucking amazing the way they marketed that movie, though.
but by the time I saw it, I already knew what it
Everything was
was,
going
and
on.
it just totally took me out of it. So I don't want to know too much about this movie because I want to go in blind. I want to go in cold and just be blown away by it instead of digging into it because I got a bad habit of researching shit a little too much, and it kind of ruins it for me.
Yeah, I tried to stay away. It's the same way, like, I'm looking forward to, not horror at all, but Deadpool, new one of those coming. And
The Deadpool
everywhere,
Wolverine.
yeah, everywhere there's spoilers, there's thoughts and things everywhere. And I'm like, I'm trying not to read them. I want to be kind of surprised at some. I know there's going to be all kinds of cameos and, you've seen all kinds of posts, but I'm like, I don't want to know it all. I want to be surprised with some of this when I go see it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But yeah, it's easy to do to run it for yourself.
Yeah, I have a tendency to do that too.
And let's not forget the most murderous clown of all that has killed more people than anybody, hands down, combined. Fucking Ronald McDonald.
I'll think he says that.
Ronald
Supersize it.
McDonald. Supersize it. Rest in peace to that guy that made that. He just died here recently.
Yeah.
The guy that made Super Size Me and got the super size taken off the menu. Thanks. I know it's for our health, but I mean, there's something about
God
getting
damn
a
it. I wanted
giant
that-
box of fries,
And I
man.
want that giant sweet tea that's too damn big for my cup holder.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be judged for it.
Not
I
at
just
all.
fucking want it.
Yeah. Feed me, motherfuckers.
Supersize it.
I'll take that 40 piece. I'll take that 40 piece, please.
We get a bucket.
For $1.49.
Yeah. And a tray of fries.
Oh, yeah. Supersize it 49 cents more.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Get that trough of
Shit, they
Pepsi to
don't do
wash
that
it
no more.
down.
Yep.
Well, I think we have covered clowns pretty sufficiently, and it surprised me because I thought there was going to be more to it. But when I really dig into it, like there's only been a handful of movies or characters or whatever.
We need some more clown killers.
Yeah, we need more killer clowns,
Yes. And they can be from outer
Definitely.
space. They
or they could be
Yeah.
from here.
We could
Yeah,
do a
It doesn't matter. They could be from Chicago.
What? sequel of that yet.
yeah,
They
really.
really should.
Yeah.
They could. They totally could.
They really could.
There's a super huge market because that was a little sleeper movie. That was a little independent underground thing that when it came out, just whizzed by it. Like, because that came out right in the thick of the 80s of all the great stuff. And I just thought it got
Was it big in
overshadowed.
theaters?
No.
No, it wasn't.
No, not
but
at
it
all.
got
I
blew
saw
up
it-
on video rental.
Yeah, like, USA late at night or
Yeah.
like they'd show it on basic cable. And that's where I first caught it. Like,
What was it?
years
I just
ago.
remember
Up all night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
Up
used to
All
watch
Night.
Up All Night a lot. But
Gilbert
yeah, I just remember going to
Gottfried.
the video store and
Yeah.
seeing it sitting there, and I'm like, I want that. Mom, like, no. I'm like, come on, I want that. No.
But
well, then
like
I get in Pumpkinhead. Then
that
No,
was the
okay,
first
get the
movie
clowns.
where the clowns, it wasn't just makeup. Like it was actual like you could see that
Prosthetics.
these creatures, they just had this whole clown aesthetic. It wasn't just some guy with his face painted.
Fun fact about Killer Clowns from Outer Space. You guys ever seen a little fun Halloween movie that I love, actually? Ernest Scared Stupid.
Yeah.
Ah.
Those clowns were repurposed for the end scene where all the trolls come to life. Some of the clown masks were repurposed for that
Nice.
Oh.
I forgot about
from
that.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I fucking love
Good
Ernest.
memory.
Yeah. Ernest movies were great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I love Ernest.
You know, not exactly clowns, but you remember some kind of genre. Did you guys watch the Banana Splits movie?
Yeah.
The animatronics. That's another one
Yes.
I think, should be a sequel for, and was supposed to be, and that's when it became Five Nights at Freddy.
Yeah. And then they've made a bunch of knockoffs of that as well.
No, they're all knocking off Five Nights at Freddy's. Five Nights at Freddy's has been around for years.
I watched the
Yeah.
Banana Split shit when I was a little kid.
Oh,
It was
really?
like my
Yeah.
parents
Yeah, Banana
had
Splits-
that
Oh,
shit.
it's that old?
That shit's old as hell.
But
Yeah.
but they redid it scary.
Oh.
But they did a scary
Okay.
version. It was an actual kids show.
Yeah. Well, it was
Yeah.
one of those creepy like kid shows back in the day. Like way
this-
back in the day.
I'm a 90s kid, so
Yeah, this is early 80s, late 70s,
Yeah,
early
70s.
80s.
Yeah, late. So it was before me even, but I knew of it kind of.
Yeah, I don't remember.
And I remember
just
seeing like
remember
reruns of it when I was real young too.
Yeah, the
so-
Banana Splits was crazy, but they did a horror movie of that, and that's kind of in the same wheelhouse there.
Yeah.
looks like the fucking showbiz back in the day.
Exactly.
Showbiz people.
That's exactly what it looked like. And that's
Okay.
the way it was. And yeah. But yeah.
And really, that's where the Five Nights at Freddy's
I
and all that
enjoyed
comes from
Five Nights at
is
Freddy's,
Showbiz
actually.
Pizza, and the
That was
little.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good.
My kids were looking forward to it for sure.
Oh yeah.
And what was that other one? The one with Nicolas Cage.
Oh God, that fucking Wally's Wonder World.
Wally's Wonder.
That fucking movie was a piece of shit.
I just want an explanation with the energy drink and the pinball. Like
Was he nonverbal? Because
He
didn't
was
talk
nonverbal. He didn't talk
the
the
entire
thing.
fucking movie. He didn't
His
say
watch
one
would
word.
beep, and he would go play pinball and slam an energy drink, and then get back to it. And they never explained it or anything. It was just Nick Cage being fucking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not.
Speaking
remember
of
this.
Throwback.
did.
We were talking
Oh,
about
I
the
did. That's
Coven
Especially when I
episode.
was watching
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
quiet ass movie.
The house,
was-
the murder house
Yeah,
where
that's-
they killed all those people and things in.
Uh-huh.
Nicolas Cage owned that house until the government took it from him for not paying his taxes.
Oh wow.
Wow.
That was part
Which
of his
one?
property. From the Coven series.
Oh,
That
Murder
the
House,
one,
Murder
yeah,
House.
yeah, the woman that the witch, the Kathy Bates character.
Oh,
That house
Oh,
Nicolas
Nicolas
Cage
Cage owned that
owned
house?
that house until whatever it was, the government took him for tax evasion. They took everything he owns at that point, other than his mausoleum in the cemetery where Madame Lavu and all them is, because the government can't seize a crypt. They don't like a family crypt. He bought somebody's because the place is like sold out. He bought some family's crypt from them and put it's a pyramid. Yeah, so he's got this pyramid there. That's where he'll be
Put
Entombed.
inside of a
Yeah.
pyramid like a
Uh-huh.
king.
Yeah.
He's a weird guy.
Yeah.
Definitely.
His National Treasure throwback or something.
National Treasure was the shit.
Yeah, those movies
I
are
love
pretty
that
good.
fucking movie. Both of them.
Yeah.
Those were really good.
Did you watch the spinoff series that was on Disney?
Uh-uh.
It was all right.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, I mean, he's not in it, but the his like the other guy and some of the other characters are in there. But
Oh, really?
yeah.
The other guy, he's in a lot of other shit too.
Yeah, he's been in a ton of movies too.
Yeah. He's a good
He's
actor.
never really usually like the main character, but he's always
Side guy.
hundreds of side roles.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
yeah.
fuck it. Pays the bills.
Oh yeah. It's more fun than what we're doing.
Right? For now.
Yeah.
If y'all keep listening, tell
Well,
your friends.
I think we're about to call it. We're
Yeah.
close to an hour right now, and
All right, guys.
been
All
pretty
right,
thorough
guys.
with it. So, and
Everyone have a great weekend.
Thanks for joining us.
join us next time here at
Let's talk horror.